Arc raiders can sometimes feel more like stash raiders. I think we've all had it where we've got no space in our stash. We want to make a loadout, but we just can't be bothered to go through everything again and again and again, so we just run a free loadout again. I've been there. We've all been there. Thing is, if you organize your storage properly, you won't run into this problem just as much. And I'm going to talk about some things you can do to make sure you don't run into these issues and you could just quickly build out a loadout as fast as possible and get back to actually playing the game. There are a few things to talk about. Firstly, we're going to talk about recyclables and crafting materials. And then we'll talk about guns, gear, loadouts, and quick use items and all that stuff. So let's talk about these recyclables first. These are the things that you'll find out in the world, whether either by killing Ark or by looting containers. And recyclables will always break down into some kind of core crafting material that you need to build out weapons, your shields, your heals, and other utility items like raider hatch keys. Now, holding on to the recyclables that break down instead of just breaking them down and bringing back the actual crafting items is a cheat code for boosting your storage capacity. Let's go through some options here. You know, the Bombardier and Bastion cells and Leaper Pulse units are great examples. All of these will break down into advanced mechanical components, one of the most crucial items for crafting and upgrading weapons. But what you'll notice is a stack of either of these cells, even though it's only a stack of 3, will break down into 6 advanced mechanical components and some arc alloy. Breaking this down will take up 3 storage space, and it only takes 1 storage space to hold it. So instead of going in with a bunch of advanced mechanicals in your storage space, just keep these Bastion, Bombardier, and Leaper Pulse units and break them down when you need the advanced mechanicals. The same can be said for many other options. Usually the epic tier are quite the best. For example, the Iron Sputter, if you recycle it, you will get 12 voltage converters and 3 Exodus modules. Now, if you like to run heavy shields or build showstoppers, then this is a good item to hold on to. When you break down the Iron Sputters, you can then break down the Exodus modules into processors and magnets. So a single stack of Iron Sputters here can get us 12 voltage converters and 6 processors and 6 magnets. So this single item ends up saving you like 4 storage space. Magnetron can be the same. Spectrum Analyzer can also be pretty good, and Geiger Counter as well. But where it gets really interesting actually is in these blue tier recyclables. One of my favorites is the Unusable weapon. One of the most sort of storage hefty items is gun parts. You know, you never know when you might want to repair or build out a weapon. In fact, after every few raids, you need to repair your weapon. So you need to have stacks of gun parts. And it takes up a lot of storage space, right? So instead, when you go and loot security areas, so the Blue Gate Underground area, the lobby on Stella Montes, make sure to look out for these unusable weapons. They can also be found in security breach containers in an abundance. They stack up to 3, but if you recycle it, it will turn into 15 simple gun parts, which is actually 2 storage space worth. So you're saving some decent storage space by holding the unusable weapons instead of the simple gun parts. And you can break these down when you need them. Another amazing example, the broken handheld radio, which can also be found in the same containers. So security lockers and security style containers in Blue Gate and Stella Montes. It's a single stack of 3 here. Can be recycled into 2 stacks of sensors and some wires. So this single thing here saves so much storage space. And let's just take it further here. What a lot of people will do is they'll recycle this, and then they'll go over to here, to the workshop, to the utility station, and make a bunch of keys. Now, think about this, right? This single stack of broken handheld radios will give us 9 sensors, which is enough for 3 raider hatch keys. So this is basically 3 storage space worth of loot here, plus the wires as well. Another good example is rotary encoder. This will break down into 6 processors and 6 electrical components. So you're saving space on processors, you're saving space on voltage converters with a signal amplifier, the telemetry transceiver, you're saving space on processors and advanced electricals. I like this one a lot because you always need processors and advanced electricals to build out your augments, right? So if you have a stack of 3 of these, you'll get 3 processors and 3 advanced electrical components. saving some decent space. The microscope is okay because you'll get 3 advanced mechanicals and 9 magnets. Not a bad one, but it's mainly these here above that are the best. Now, what you'll notice is everything will break down into these core crafting materials. If there's anything that can be stacked up to 3 and it breaks down into a recyclable that only stacks up to 5, usually is going to work out quite well for you. Now, on the other side of things, if there's anything that breaks down into batteries or springs, it's usually not worth storing because batteries and springs stack up to 15, magnets as well. So that's a look at the recyclables. Usually it's worth holding on to the recyclables and then breaking them down when you need the items. All of these items are on Stella Montis and the security style containers in Stella Montis and Bluegate and security lockers as well. Moving on, let's say you're completely out of storage space. What do you get rid of first? Well, what I will do is I'll go to all, select all, click by value and scroll to the very bottom. And then what I'll find is some scraps and pieces that I don't really need. For example, our Vita spray, it's got 8 durability. Okay, we can recycle that, get some antiseptic and canisters. We've got 2 adrenaline shots. Okay, we can stick that on our next loadout. We've got 40 ammo, 20 shotgun ammo, medium ammo. Okay, let's use that in our next loadout, and we're going to sell this, right? What else do we have? Just little bits and pieces of. We have a pillow. We don't need that, right? We're going through, what do we have? Okay, we have an almost broken snap hook. Maybe we should recycle that or looking at repairing it to save space. And then basically you'll find occasionally a few bits and pieces that are just lying around that you haven't noticed, right? And that can eat up a lot of space. Now the next thing is to go onto weapons. Weapons are great ways of saving space because not only can you put all of your crafting metals into upgrading a weapon, you can put attachments on the weapon as well. So when you find a lot of attachments, you know, and you say a bobcat here, you could, this one bobcat on the surface, it looks like it's 5 storage space that we've saved here. But actually, we've put in a lot of advanced mechanicals to turn it into a bobcat 4. So we've saved a lot of storage space. And if you're the kind of player that does a lot of PvE, you know how quickly you can build up a lot of advanced mechanicals. And this way, by building out weapons to level 4 and filling them with attachments, you're saving a lot of space. What we can also do is sort by value and scroll down to the very bottom and see if there are any weapons that are worth either breaking down or upgrading. For example, I don't want this kettle. I don't want a Venator 1 here. And the patina ones as well. Not really too bothered about that. What I'm going to do is recycle those. And now I'm going to go to the gunsmith page and go to weapon upgrades and put those recycled materials into weapons that I actually like to use. I really like using the volcano. We just recycled some patinas. So we're going to go like that. And with each upgrade, we are saving storage space as well. The Venator is a great PvP weapon. So we'll put some more into there. And that's going to help clear up some storage space. So those are sort of like the 2 storage space cleansing tips. Now, what about what to hold in our storage, right? We've talked about crafting materials. What about keys? Well, obviously, it's best not to have any Raider Hatch keys. Just have the materials ready to go, and then just come to the utility station and craft one when you need it. Now, here's the thing. It's easy to stack up keys and sit there and feel like you're not ready to open them because key loot is better on night raids, right? We all know that. However, key loot on day raids is still better than no loot, right? If these keys just sit in your storage, they're worth nothing. If you can't get in and play enough night raids to go through keys, just bring in a key or 2 every time you play and just go and open them on a day raid. The loot isn't that bad. Look at how much space these take up, right? Hopefully, the keys will be stackable in the future, but for now, they really eat into your space. So just use your keys. And I'm a culprit of this. I used to have even more keys than this. I'm holding on to some of these, though, for some night raids because they are pretty good, especially the damn staff key room. These are like my high-tier keys that I would only use on a night raid. Damn staff key room, damn control tower room, damn testing annex, spaceport control tower. Bluegate Village is really good on locked gate. I can take this key out, though, and use it on a spaceport day raid. It's not that big of a deal. So hold on to the keys that you really like for night raids and use all of the others just so you can have more space. Moving on to quick slot. Now, I've got 3 guitars. You could sell those, but I can't quite say goodbye to them. What we can do, though, is get rid of photoelectric cloaks. You can craft those very easily. You don't need a blueprint for them. Wolf packs we'll hold on to because we'll probably do a... you know, some trial progress or something. But ideally, you want to have as little quick use items as possible. You've already built out all of the crafting items you need, right? If you go here, everything you could need is here to build out anything you want. So why would you store up a bunch of items in your quick use? When you need quick use stuff, just go and craft it, right? Now, eventually you'll have enough space free to start actually building out ready to go loadouts. So, for example, let's go to the gear bench, right? We want to craft a few loadouts so that if we die, we can just quickly put our stuff on ready to go. I like the survivor augment. I usually run this all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my crafting materials. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to recycle 1 stack of the rotary encoders so I can get more processors and a stack of these telemetry transceivers as well for the advanced electricals. Now we're going to craft a few looting survivors, just like that, right? Okay, we need 1 more advanced electrical component. We can just get that there. And 3, that's it. I don't need to go more than that. So if we go to our augment page right now, we have 4 in here, in fact. That's a little bit overkill, but it is what it is. So basically, now what we'll do, we'll have one on us because, you know, we're going to have a loadout ready to go. What else do we need? We need 3 medium shields. So 1, 2, and then 3, right? And then we've got 3 medium shields to go. Then we got our weapons. We don't need to worry about that. Our stacks of meds. I've already got 9 herbal bandages, so we'll do another stack of that, so that's 6. I always bring out in a stack of herbals. So if I go like this, I've now got 3 stacks of herbals. We want to build shield recharges, so what we do is we want to go to our crafting materials. I forgot to mention that advanced arc power cells, wherever they may be. Oh, hang on, I need to sort by rarity. Here they are. 5 of these, a stack of 5, will break it down into 2 stacks of 5 arc power cells. So if we get out the 2 of these and then recycle 2, we can then come here to the medical lab and make 15 of these. May as well do 18 because then we're saving up the space for the arc power cells because, you know, it's best not to even hold any arc power cells in your storage. Just hold either the advanced arc power cells or the shield charges. Now we've got a stack of herbals, we've got a stack of shield recharges, and now we just need the adrenaline shots. I like to use these a lot. We've already got 7, so we just need 8. And now I've got a stack of that. So I basically managed to condense my storage down. I've got so many weapons. I've got all of the crafting in the items in the world that I could ever need to craft any item in the game, right? I even have some spare blueprints that I might drop around for people that might need it. We've got some ducks because why not? We've got to make sure that our raided end's looking nice, right? Got crafting materials to craft any item I want in the game. I've got keys for using on night raid. I have 3 loadouts worth of quick use items. I don't have any ammo. It's very simple. Honestly, it gets to the point where there's not much that you can use money for. And in my opinion, I like saving my chemicals for stims and grenades. So I will just buy ammo from the gun shop when I'm about to do my loadout. But we've got enough space to build out a few stacks of ammo as well if we really want to save time. So I have everything I need in the game. I've got 3 loadouts worth of stuff, and I still have 9 more slots for my storage, which is pretty good going. So if I die now and I come back to the menu, I can just quickly equip a survivor. I can equip a medium shield. I can equip my weapons, which already have the attachments on ready to go for the most part. And then I can equip my quick use stuff and I'm good to go. Hopefully this was useful. If you have any of your own tips, then let everyone know in the comments and I'll see you there. Cheerio.